One of the problems that all deer hunters face is that they need to encroach on the deer's habitat in order to hunt them. Of course, one of the problems is you're going to leave a lot of human scent behind. Not just when you're in there hunting or scouting, but long after you leave. And there's really nothing you can do to totally eliminate it. And then there's the sounds you make. The sounds you make getting in and out, going into your stand, things like that could alarm deer. If you're lucky, it won't really alter their travel patterns. If you're not so lucky, it could turn them nocturnal or even chase them off your property. As a hunter, you must know your property and where to hunt. Learning the property is best done during late winter and spring. This is the time to brush out your access trails, clean up your stand, cut shooting lanes, and scout the property. This is when you want to find all the trails and the scrapes from last fall. Most likely, deer will be using these same trails and scraping under the same trees during the upcoming season. When opening day arrives, you'll already know where your deer are going to be without going into the field. The next step is scouting during the season to make sure you're hunting the best spots, but we'll get back to that. The final step is getting in and out of your stand without being detected. This is where the work you perform during the spring pays off. Your trails are cut and cleared, and you should have easy and quiet access to your stands, thus eliminating disturbance. If you're not doing this, you just might be spooking deer. So next spring, make sure to clear out the trails to your stands. Okay, let's go back to scouting. You know, spring scouting is great, but it's not necessarily going to tell you where those big bucks are going to be come fall, or will it put you on the very best stands on your property. Now you need in-season scouting that can only be provided with trail cameras. But how do you check trail cameras without disturbing the deer? Up until recently, you couldn't. It was simply a necessary part of hunting that scouting was going to force you to enter the deer's domain, and your task was to minimize that intrusion. Well, now you don't have to do that. CuddeBack's new CuddeLink technology solves that. CuddeLink is a wireless network of cameras that transmits images from remote cameras to one home camera. Instead of you going to your images, the images come to you. Now the in-season scouting dilemma is solved. You only have to enter your property once to set up the cameras, and that's best done during July or August. Then all season you can retrieve your images without encroaching or disturbing the deer's domain. There are two benefits to this. One, you don't have to disturb the property to retrieve trail cam images. And two, you can now get your images as often as you like, even multiple times a day, because the home image collection camera does not have to be placed near the deer. It can be placed in a convenient location, like where you park your vehicle. Minimizing human disturbance is critical if you want to keep the deer on your property moving naturally. With just a few proper scouting techniques and CuddeLink, you can now totally eliminate human disturbance.